Hi everybody, it's Becky from Northern Star Tarot and welcome to the weekly elemental reading for forecast for week commencing the 13th of January 2020. Happy New Year guys, if I haven't said it already. Hope that the beginning of the year has been a good start for you. I've already pre-shuffled these four oracle decks. So for Earth, we have got Tarantula from the Divine Animals Oracle. And then from Air, we have got Meditation. Improvements require persistence. And that is from the Sacred Spirit. And this is the Psychic Tarot for Fire. We have got Balance. And from Water, Dreams of Gaia, we've got the King of Fire or the King of Wands in the normal tarot deck. And you know what? I haven't pulled a universal card, so we'll get on that. What universal energy is coming in for the week ahead? Oh, way too many. This is the Angel and Ancestors deck. Thank you. Oh, we've got Moon. And we have the full moon tonight. I'm doing this on the 10th. I'll stick it up tomorrow for the week ahead. But we've got take note of intuitive messages. And summer, bask in joy and light. So I feel like there's been a lot of heavy energy around lately. So this to me looks like we're finally coming out of the other side of that. I'm going to read up on Tarantula because I've not had that one out yet. Nope, that's the wrong one. Number 43. But connection. To me, it's already looking like a connection with Earth, with Mother Nature. Let's see what it actually says. It's going to be something completely different now, isn't it? It's not 43, it's 13. Sorry guys, taking a little while to find the damn thing. Connection. It's time to bring together disparate aspects of your life. Everything is connected. When you are afraid or unsure, it's important to know that you are never alone. You can do magic. We all can. So, I think this is kind of pulling together the aspects of your life that maybe feel a bit dispersed and a bit disconnected. And I'm loving that meditation is coming up for air as well, because this is our mental space, and meditation is definitely a good way to achieve that, to find that inner balance. And we've got balance coming up from fire there as well. I think as an overall message, there's a whole lot of intuition and meditation and just, it feels very much like recovery after the way the energies have been over the last few weeks. I'm going to have a read up on meditation as well. Improvements require persistence. And I think this is more like this. I mean, these cards tend to be quite introspective, so more about us than they are about external matters. And that's why I've chose to pull it for an air message. My mind creates a reflection of my physical world. I am at peace. Create goals with intentions. So this is the as within, so without. You may be feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed now. Poor sleep patterns or insomnia are triggered by technology use and require you to detach from the materialism and wants of today. Respiratory issues may arise now. I'd say it's this bloody cold that's been going around everyone. Right now, meditation holds the answer. Focus on your breath. Reconnect back to self, where you will have more time and energy for this area in your life, for the areas in your life that have been neglected. So, once again, this is just, taking that time out, taking a time out from the busyness of life, just to regroup and find balance with yourself and order with yourself. And then we've got balance, which is the Justice card, I believe, in the normal tarot. Let's have a look at that. The need for balance and harmony within your inner life, as well as what's around you in the physical world. So I think all three of those cards are kind of echoing each other there about finding that balance. And I think sometimes, like, our internal state does impact our external experience. Well, not sometimes, I think it's quite key to it, really. And that's what these three cards are saying, that, if you're experiencing stresses and difficulties in your life, sometimes you can find the answer inside. You can correct what's going wrong by correcting your perception, or altering your perception, I should say, not correcting, because there's no wrong, is there? There's no right or wrong. Life is just life, and we try to do the best we can with it. But these energies that are coming up are all about sort of retreat and balance and centering ourselves. But then we've got like the King of Fire in our emotional space. So I think for emotions right now, there's there's a potential for creative sparks and energy. And I think when you've took this time out and you've balanced and centered yourself, I mean, especially like listening to meditative music and stuff like that, can be inspiring. So I mean, it can also be quite passionate as well, the King of Fire. It is fire energy there, and I think it's funny that that's coming in through our emotions. But what does that say? That to me says that there's a potential for enjoyment of creative arts there, of creative outlets. And maybe now is a good time to start thinking of creative outlets, or I don't know, like joining a dance group, or just doing something that brings you joy and brings you pleasure. The universal energies, I find it dead interesting that we've got the moon there. The moon has been heavily influencing things lately. I've definitely felt it. It's been quite a struggle this last week or so, in the run up to the full moon. And finally, like, it's up there now, and I'm feeling kind of relieved. I always start feeling a bit ill towards the full moon, and today I've just had a massive headache all day. But yeah, take note of intuitive messages. This is, I mean, the moon is always a symbol of our intuition and our instincts. It guides animals. Animals use it as a sense of direction. Without the moon, they wouldn't be able to do that. And we are an animal. And I think it's just when you take that time out for yourself, you will get the answers that you need. You'll get the answers to problems that you're facing, or trouble that you're having, or blockages that you're having. It all comes to you when you take a step back and stop focusing on it so much. But I think we're finally coming out of that sort of heavy energy that has been floating around with this bask in joy and light with summer. I think there's that feeling now that the sun is starting to return. We're getting longer days. We're making it through the dark of winter. And that's what this energy feels like to me. It feels like we have been completely brought to the ground with the heavy energies. And now we're starting to climb our way back up. And the best thing to do now is meditate, rebuild, rebalance ourselves, and start looking for the creative project or creative outlets, whatever it is that sparks you, that makes you feel passionate. I'm going to get a few clarifiers. Why not? Where's Tarantula there from Earth? Are you coming? King of Cups. King of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So this is having so many choices, and maybe this is why maybe this is why our life has felt a bit scattered lately. If there's just too many, a kind of overload of things going on. I get that feeling that there's been an overload of things going on in our surrounding areas, in our lives. And it's been hard to focus on meditation and focus on bringing ourselves together. But the King of Cups, he's got mastery of his emotions, and I feel like that's one area that we've kind of neglected because we've been focusing so much on practical things, focusing so much on this area, and that is why I think the King of Fire is coming up there, of that, okay, we've got through that hard part now. Now it's time to nurture us. Now it's time to nurture our hearts and souls and start pursuing the things that give us passion. This is just pure fun and enjoyment of life. Tell us about meditation. Oh wow, okay. And some of us may have been carrying around some hurts. Oh wow, okay. Definitely. Tower moment. And the Three of Wands. So we've got the Three of Swords, a Tower moment in the middle, and then the Three of Wands. I mean, that's quite good, really. This is that, you know, them emotional hurts, but look at the strength in her eyes. Look at that. It's like she's carrying these wounds, but it's these things that have made her who she is and given her her strength. And then this Tower comes down. This is like sudden dramatic change. This is being shook to our very core, shocking events that can tear us down. This is like getting fired or the end of a relationship, a shocking end to a relationship. I mean, the threes are all about sort of partnership and communication and taking the next step with things. So I feel like this is we've moved on from this, and now after the Towers come down, we're ready to rebuild. And I feel like the end of 2019 was a massive Tower moment anyway, energetically. And there is major shifts going on in the energies this year. I very much felt it towards the end of last year and the gear up to 2020. So now we're kind of getting ready to rebuild. I think there's kind of a call for harmony there as well. Balance, why is balance there? Yeah, I think with the Three of Cups, and look at that, we've got the Four of Cups as well. And this is a firm foundation. This is balancing our home life, balancing our families, balancing our structures around us. I think it's just also, I mean, it's not a Pentacles card, but it just feels like regaining financial stability. And there's the unbalance. 7. Oh my word. 7 plus 4 is 11. For those of you that do numerology, I was just looking at it going, huh. That all kind of totals up as well. Yeah, wow. So maybe this was feeling balance or finding balance with others that we maybe had conflict with, or after periods of conflict. The energy has been quite intense lately, and more likely for people to have had arguments and stuff like that. And now's a good time to start thinking about moving on from them. If you've had any upset with family or friends, now's the time to start forgiving and apologising and letting the dust, well, the dust has already settled. It's rebuilding now, isn't it? Definitely. Look at this. Rebuilding. King of Fire. That's a good card to come out for that. This is like, it's being able to build now. It's graduating and being able to rebuild. So I think we've come through that part. We've gained all the lessons that we can. And the Four of Cups. And with the Four of Cups, it's been very, very difficult energy to deal with lately, but now it's reached a level where we're ready to move on, and we're kind of bored with the way things have been lately. We're just wanting that shift and that change to come. But I always say, any changes you want on the outside, you've got to first look on the inside and see what changes you can do. What changes we can make with ourselves. And get another one for that. And we've got the King of Pentacles as well. Whole lot of Pentacles energy here. And I feel like now is a good time for, like I said, the starting of a project. This is feeling very much like there's a whole lot of opportunity here to make money from something that drives you, creative, that you love, that you have utter love and enjoyment of. How about the Moon and Summer? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Wow. That is proper goddess energy right there, isn't it? And the Two of Cups, kind of like the lovers of the minor arcana. See, this to me is a whole lot of self-love that needs to be done, and that is coming through energetically there. I mean, she uses a lot of her intuition anyway. She's quite a quite a strong, bold character who's very self-made. I always, if you ever watch Game of Thrones, she always reminds me of Marjorie's grandmother, whose name escapes me. And I mean, this is, I think, from this level of self-care, self-love and balance, we're more likely to attract more positive reflections of that in our outer world, like this card was saying. So we're gonna attract more positive relationships, more people that are more akin to us. And I think this year is a great opportunity if you're going through this sort of self-healing and balancing work, which I feel like a lot of people are at the moment. I feel like a lot of people are having an awakening and returning to like oh, I can't speak tonight. Returning to the energies of nature, returning to spirituality. And I think by doing that sort of inner work and unlocking our own power and our own inability to manifest, then we can manifest these things. We can have this joy and light. I mean, that could also be an indication for some of you of some summer loving going on. But either way, that is the forecast for the week ahead. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye for now.